appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh,
Hey, another Wednesday. Can you believe it's already Wednesday? I don't even know where these weeks go. But they go by way too fast. So I'm gonna turn the ocean sound down a little bit. Looks like it's a little loud. Got a little volume control. Bro, you be in the water. Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely like in the water. Like I am like deep in the ocean right now. But you know, figure it in. Let's do it. You know, I figured it's the last stream of the year. We might as well have a fun little background. And this is, I don't know about you guys, but this is specifically where I would like to be. Like that beach, the ocean. Like yes, please. Like let's. Like I think we need to have this. Yeah, we gotta have this as basically the. Maybe like if we decide to do like a big wheelchair meetup, get a bunch of people together. Like this needs to happen. Anyways, let's see what we got in chat. Mike C, welcome in, sir. Glad you have made it. Lidlock, how's it going? Christopher Stroll, seeing ya. White Ravens in the house. Totally normal. I just talked to you, so I know that you're here. Dee Dee, haven't seen you in a while. How's it going, Dee Dee? Hope things are well with you. Thomas and Rich, welcome in. Glad you're here. And your head hurts. So is your head hurting due to the fact that there's waves crashing and audio behind me? Or like, should I mute the audio? Is it gonna affect you that much? I mean, I'll be glad to adjust it if it affects you that much. It's not a problem. I just figured we need a little bit something different in the live stream here. I'll turn down the waves a little bit more. Just so there's that little slight ambiance of the waves, but nothing nothing too crazy. Ah, music and RGB. Yeah, you definitely have the Totally Normal's got the whole nightclub thing going on at the bus. That's for sure. Yeah. He finally got those RGB lights installed in the bus and sent me a clip of it. And wow, let me tell you, that is like, he definitely looks like he's in like a Las Vegas nightclub. It's pretty epic. Anyways, yeah, hope everyone had a wonderful holidays. Looks like we got one more to go, and that's New Year's. And I figured, what a better use of the last stream of 2022 to kind of talk about the top things I'm thankful for, and then see what you guys are thankful for, and just kind of just kind of go around the list. Now the list is not like a very strict order. It's just kind of like 10 things that I determined that are like the top 10 things I'm thankful for. So there's no specific order, anything like that. So don't get mad at the order. I just put stuff together in a list, and it happens to be 10 items, and there you go. Yeah. So how was everyone's holidays? Let's start with that. Did everyone have a good last weekend? Everything go well? Everyone survived snow and the cold and all that. I know we had some interesting weather here. A little bit of some snow, a lot of rain. Kind of an interesting mix here in Portland. And we had a crazy windstorm yesterday to add to it, just to help add to all the rain and stuff. And yeah, for anybody that's new, I am rycandoit. I use a power wheelchair. I have Becker's muscular dystrophy, and I live in a Portland area, as they like to say. Not no exact specifics, but in the Portland general vicinity is where I'm located. Not too far from Totally Normal, who's also in chat. And normally Wanzo's here too, but I don't think he might not be on today's stream. Yeah, so just welcome in if you're new. Feel free to ask any questions you have about anything in chat. That's what it's here for. Portland. With a very large asterisk. A very large asterisk. Totally normal. Yeah. So as we enter a new year, I wanted to take a moment and reflect on the things that bring joy and gratitude into my life. Being a disabled individual can sometimes bring its own set of challenges, but it's also important that those challenges don't define who we are and what we can accomplish. That's kind of something that's kind of a defining, I would say, definition of my year is it may throw some challenges and stuff at us, but it doesn't define who we are or what it is we can accomplish. So that's just kind of my highlight for 2022 is definitely that. Hey, Orion, how's it going? Welcome in, sir. Glad you're able to make it. We're just kind of doing the intro chit chat. Hey, Rolling Thunder. Glad to see that you're here, sir. Wow, 5. Wow. Yeah, dude, 5. That's way too much to have at one time, dude. That's gonna throw your whole system in for a loop for sure, dude. Apparently 5 people in Portland kicked a bucket yesterday because of wind-related things. Kind of nuts. Yeah, honestly, that windstorm we had, I mean, it was crazy how many trees were down, and I had a few caregivers that lost power at their own homes. Luckily, it stayed on here, but I know a lot of people around the general area lost power during that crazy windstorm we had. Let's see, what else was here in chat? I think I'm all caught up. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of jump into like the first list. And you guys feel free to interject anytime, or if there's something that's on your, like, things that you're thankful for 2022, go ahead and just, like, toss your opinion in there. Like I said, this list is just 10 things I came up with. There's no specific order to it, no reason behind the order. It's just kind of what I was able to slap together to make happen. And yeah, you know how it is on Wednesday. You know me. You guys just saw my tweet was like, what, at 5:45? So not exactly stellar on the timeline today, but it's been a long couple of days, so you gotta give me a little bit of credit. Last weekend was a little busy, so there was no time to get prepared for the video. I'm hoping, it's actually one of my goals for 2023 is to come a little bit more prepared. I can't. All right, you come for order. You're not gonna get any order here, sir. Not gonna happen. It's gonna be thrown out there. It's gonna be wild. No, it won't be like that. But it's just gonna have some sort of normal order to it. All right, let's go ahead and kind of jump into my top 10. Like I said, this is not in any shape or form order. So, yeah. So, one of the, I guess, the first things in the list that I am thankful for definitely I would say is at the top of the list for sure, is my family and my loved ones. Um, without them, I would not be here at all. I would not be talking to you at all without the support of the family and my yeah and loved ones. There's just no way that I would be who I am. They have literally have been my rock through this whole entire year of 2022, supporting me in everything I'm doing with YouTube, Power Soccer, things in life. Like they're just like without family members, I would not be sitting here talking to you guys right now. So they are for sure they take the number one spot, not necessarily on purpose, but that's just they deserve it. They go above and beyond. Providing caregiving for when caregivers can't come in due to weather or people are out sick, and really, takes a toll on them mentally, physically, uh, doing that all the time when people are out sick, stuff like that, and when there's troubles, filling in shifts, stuff like that. So they're definitely number one. Super thankful for family and loved ones. Like I said, wouldn't be here without them, and they, yeah, they're amazing individual people. So thank you to all of you. I'm sure you guys are watching. So hi. Always got to throw a hi in there because they're watching. I guess we'll jump into the second item. I don't see any interruptions. I'll come back to chat here in a second. I'll just keep on going down the list and we'll have plenty of time to throw in some other thankful things in there. So second on my list, no particular order. This is how it happened to be in order as my brain worked. It's got to be the amazing group of caregivers that I have been able to find over the last, some of them had for more than 2 years. But, the caregivers being there for me, taking the load off the family, and keeping me alive with all my shenanigans of being out and about, doing things all the time, putting up with my 8-mile power chair hikes. My sass, my shenanigans. So I would say caregivers for sure. Like they deserve a good applause for 2022 for putting up with me, and like I said, I'm very thankful for them to be a part of my life. And even though it's tough managing 5 employees and being the boss man, but I wouldn't exchange it for anything else. Like they allow me to basically be able to do the things that I love doing: power soccer, weddings, traveling. All those things wouldn't be possible without them. So yeah, very thankful for them. Let's see what's going on here in chat, and then we'll go into number 3. Rolling Thunder says he's thankful for my family, my chair, my van, and all the freedom and independence my chair and van gives me. Oh yeah, independence, dude. That should be like large capital and put on the side of a building. Like, yeah, for sure. Orion saying, thank for a chair that fits me dimensionally and current needs. I fall asleep in it so many times now. Dude, that's awesome. If you can have a power chair, or any type of chair at all that you can actually sit into, it doesn't have to be a power chair, it can be even a piece of furniture you can just sit into and fall asleep in, like it's that comfortable. That's awesome. Yeah, I wish I could say I could fall asleep in my chair comfortably, but that's just, yeah, this Permobile and me are not on the same comfort level as sleeping. That's for sure. I've tried many times, and I've been forced to, at certain situations, at staying at hotels and things due to lack of accessibility. I've had to sleep in the power chair, but it's not ideal. And most of the problem is it's my spine that doesn't handle it. So new chair is getting a new backrest. So I'm hoping that the new wrap backrest will allow me to hopefully sleep in the chair if I have to. So no update on the chair. So that's going to be one of those 2023 wheelchair update videos once I get any more with the insurance and stuff like that. So right now it looks like 2023 will be a new wheelchair year. Super excited for that. Speaking of wheelchairs, number 3. Honestly, I have to say, like, it's a kind of a strange thing to be a little bit thankful for, but it's kind of brought up a little bit. I know that Will kind of brought it up, is thankful for the wheelchair itself, given independence, freedom, ability to go places, allowing me to go on ridiculous 8-mile hikes in the middle of the, in the middle of the forest here in Oregon. It's been a trooper. I've had it since 2017. It's had its fair of abuse this year, to the point to where I have the flutter of death on the back casters. I know you guys all know what I'm talking about. You're just driving along, and then all of a sudden the whole back of your tire starts shaking violently. Like, it's kind of like I don't know, it's like a really bad warped rotor on a car. If I was giving you an example for those that maybe don't have a power chair, but it's just the whole back of the chair starts shaking violently. So that's yeah, that's something that I'm very thankful for, and I abused the crap out of it all entire 2022, and it finally started having issues with the rear casters. But I'm very thankful for it to allow me to get to point A to point B, and it hasn't, you know, it's only failed. Let's see. Let's talk about 2017. What's broken on the chair? The on-off power button. That's because it gets caught on things. It got pulled off. No big deal. The left motor destroyed itself. I think it was an excessive amount of carbon buildup. I think is what we determined what killed my motor. I know Totally Normal took it apart to determine what the failure point was. I believe like a chunk of a motor brush broke off and broke one of the seals and let all the grease out. So I think that's what killed the motor, because all the grease went into the motor from the gearbox. And I've broken an ICS cable and an RNet cable from tilting the chair back so many times. Yeah, those cables broke, but that's it. I mean, it's really been minor. Of course, obviously the cable breaking really left me in a predicament, if you guys remember that video, with the thumbnail of me stuck tilted back in the chair and couldn't get up. So yeah, so it's been reliable, but very, very thankful for the power chair. So the good old Promobile F3 gets a check for 2022, being thankful for. Yeah, it's the amount of abuse I put through it. I'm very thankful the thing has held up. So let's see. Hopefully the new chair will be better. Yeah, I hope so. I have to watch out and strap my chest in, or I know they fall out of it. Yeah, no, I have to remember that whenever I go out, like basically my rule of thumb, if I go out the front door, I have to make sure my chest harness is on, because there's been so many times where I've almost fallen out of the fallen out of the chair by not wearing a harness. That's like my go-to thing every time I'm out of the house, like automatic harness, just in case. Orion's like a shopping cart with a bad caster. There you go. Yeah, if you ever push a shopping cart and it starts shaking violently because the wheels all like shaking, that's basically what's happening for sure. I'm sure we're gonna have some more power chair comments. I know everyone is definitely thankful for their chairs. I feel bad for the stuff I put my chair through every day. I'm joking, of course, but to some degree, this makes any sense. I do feel bad because it's got some paint scuffs on it now. I'll buff out, Will. No, I know what you mean though. Like when you're trying to keep like a chair all like new, and you put it through all kinds of things and it gets all scuffed up and beat up. Yeah, maybe it's time to get it vinyl wrapped and paint the wheels and go all crazy. That's actually something I need to finish up on my 2023 list, is to get the body panels vinyl wrapped. I have them all taken off of the chair still. I've been running around with no panels, except, well, obviously the main like covers for the battery stuff, but I haven't, like the fenders, all that stuff is still off the chair, and I haven't put them back on yet because I was gonna get them vinyl wrapped, but I keep forgetting to keep forgetting to do that. So remind me, 2023 people, I need to get that wheelchair wrapped, because I think it'd be really cool to have a vinyl wrap wheelchair. Then I can change up the colors whenever I want, and yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Oops. I didn't mean to move me. All right, let's see. I gave up on my new chair and just use it for everything now, and it's just holding up pretty well. Oh, you gave up on like trying to keep it like new and pristine? Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can only try to do that for so long before you're just like okay, like you gave it your best bet, your best effort, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and fix chat here. That's bothering me. There we go. All right. Well, yeah, I think keeping chairs like new and like fresh looking all the time, that's not easy. Now this one's gonna be a little bit out of I'm gonna have to do some explanation on this one. I don't want it to come out controversial for 2022 thankful list here. But this is a very small percentage. I mean, I'm gonna say like the amount of visual increase I think I've seen in the last year has maybe been 2%. Gonna put that out there right now, and that's just basically overall accessibility in 2022. I feel like has slid up the scale maybe like 2%. I'm thankful that it has. I'm thankful it's heading in a positive direction. But I mean, I've seen accessibility at newer buildings, apartments, and stuff like that has been increasing and getting better. But then I've seen still the typical things that make it a negative percentage. So it kind of equals out, like I said, only about a 10% in a positive direction. It's getting there, but accessibility, I'm very thankful for that. At least it's still heading towards, a positive direction. Of something that's on my 2022 list is just overall accessibility. I feel like things are kind of making their ways to improving. It's not, like I said, it's not great. Things are still really bad out there. There's so much room for improvement, but just overall general, at least I feel like it's heading in a right direction, and hopefully even more towards the airline side of things. Like I really hope that continues to push through and still keeps happening, so we can eventually be able to basically stay in our chairs on the airplanes. That to me is, yeah, I hope that continues, that push for that. Rolling Thunder's saying, I've been thinking about getting the aggressive tread tires and cats for my M3, but I don't know if insurance would cover that. It's nothing I need, just something interested in. Yeah, or another option you could do, Will, is you could make it so one thing you could do is that maybe when it's time for you to get new tires, ask them to keep your old wheels and then buy the tires yourself, and you can switch them. You can switch the wheels around on and off, because when they end up replacing your tires, they end up replacing the whole entire wheel and tire, and you can ask them to keep your old wheels. Basically, you need, I'm guessing on standard M3 tires, I say between 500 and 1,000 miles is normally by the time some of my friends' tires have worn out. Totally normal saying, still nuts to me, we still can't get into airplanes with our chairs. Yeah, it is kind of insane. And here we are going in 2023 and we still can't get into the airplane. Like we have to sorry, suck it in, get on the aisle chair. That makes it, yeah, very difficult. I want to make sure here I'm not missing anything in chat. I feel like I've been missing some in chat. Let's see. Oh, all right. Looks like I've been covering it. Looks like we're good. So, what is next on the list? Well, and this is just kind of a general, like, thankful for every year kind of situation, just because without this statement coming, it's basically, yeah, we'll just jump right into it. So, advances in medical technology. I would say there's nothing in 2022 for sure that jumps out at me like, oh my gosh, like that technology has gotten to the point where like makes me extra thankful for, but just thankful in general that the advances in medical technology keep happening. Helping people with disabilities live longer and healthier lives is like a big important thing to me. As somebody that's been with and I do still have heart failure. I've been in heart failure for over 10 plus years. I don't know how much I ever talk about that, but because of that and the advances in medical technology, I've been able to stay alive. With my situation, my overall heart and everything would have declined many years ago if it wasn't for the technology available to keep me going and keep me alive. So very thankful for the technology and medical advances that have happened, including breathing machines. I can tell you, CPAPs, AVAPs, any of those type of breathing machines that are out there for people. The technology that's increased with those, it's huge, because I remember when I was young and I was diagnosed, they didn't have breathing machines and CPAPs and things that were available for people with my condition, and I feel like it kind of a lot of people weren't living that long. So I feel like due to the medical technology that's out there now, we can all live longer, healthier lives, even with those of us that have severe, I guess not even severe, I don't want to use that word, let me back that up, not severe, but for the most that have a degenerative disease such as muscular dystrophy, it's going to continue going down a path of not funness. I just think it's really awesome, the advances in medical technology that have, kept things going forward. So I'm sure there's a few of you also in chat that think the same thing. Was this the advances in medical technology has been great and helpful. There's not one particular thing that stands out in 2022. Well, I guess for me personally, the thing that stands out would be the improvements of, I guess, what pacemakers can do, and the ability is like installing them and be able to have them inside your body, and like they can chill out there for 10 years and keep you alive. It's just to me it's just mind-blowing that we have the ability to do that still, and things are improving. So yeah, so that's it on the whole medical technology thing. So I won't jump too much more into it, but yeah, that's just kind of on my list there. So that would be number 5 item there. I'm gonna catch up here on chat. You'd be too scared to travel on a plane with the M3. I'd be afraid they would break it. Yeah, I think that's going to be a very common 2023 thing, is a lot of people are not going to be flying with their chairs due to the fear of their chairs getting broken, just because that's all you hear about on the news and online on social media. People's power chairs and stuff getting broken. That's going to be a big problem. And I'm hoping that, like I said, they can keep pushing it through, so eventually we can just stay in our chairs on airplanes. Orion says, why did you figure out this wheelchair van issue 2003? I don't have an accessible van. It doesn't require me transferring. Ah, gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, be able to have a van where you can like just get into. You don't have to transfer. You can drive right from your chair. Yeah, that would be for sure, dude. It'd be an awesome thing to have. I remember my first van that I had was well, if you don't count the 1996 Ford Windstar. The one after that was a 1994 Plymouth Voyager van. Very similar to the green one that Totally Normal had to try to kill him. Very similar to that van. I don't know if you have a name for that van, Totally Normal, so I'm just going to call it that. And, or took you out. Sorry, I never tried to kill. I did actually try to kill you, so I just don't like using that word. Tried to take you out. That sounds more appropriate for the conversation. Yeah, that van, just being able to like take my power chair, pull up in there, and drive from it was just, yeah, it's a really cool experience, and I do miss driving. The old Ford Windbag. Yeah, the old Ford Windbag. Everyone had at least, I mean, come on, it was 96. Actually, somehow I think I might have been partially responsible, but I took it to the dealer. Somehow when we tried to trade it in, the engine block was cracked and had coolant leaking into it. So I don't know if I was responsible for that, but we can probably just say yes, I probably was. I mean, I was 16, so let's just be real. The old green van. That honestly, I think you almost need that on a t-shirt. I'm just saying, get somebody to maybe go on Fiverr and have somebody draw you up a graphic of that thing. I just think that'd be kind of a really cool piece of merch. Even I would sign up for that. And it's called, right underneath here, put the old green van, in like a really fun font. Yeah, I'd buy it. I'd wear it. Even though it's not my car, I'd still do it just for the story. Will saying I'm able to get out of my chair and transfer to a regular seat. I was just wondering, what do you think would be cheaper, having hand controls or having transfer seat installed? Man, that's I think hand controls would be cheaper to transfer out. Depends on the transfer seat. Depends on the vehicle. What kind of modifications you would have to do to install a transfer seat. I mean, it's all basically labor hours at that point. So I don't really know what would be cheaper. And also it kind of depends on what your comfort level is. Because you're going to have to probably have hand controls no matter what, even if you had a transfer seat. So you're going to have to do one, or you're going to have to probably end up doing both if you plan on driving from it. But I would say, and maybe the scheme things, I'd say maybe, yeah. I would say probably the hand controls might be cheaper in far overall labor. Totally understand. Ready to have one of those Ford minivans. Those are what I worked on in school and know they're common failure points. Yeah, I mean the Fords, you know, they're as long as you know what to look for and take care of them, yeah, they can probably last a while. And especially if you know their failure points. Especially if you worked on that when you were in school. Yeah, the less transfers, the better. Yeah, and that's one thing I have seen on somebody I do know that does have a transfer seat. His transfer seat, it's like somebody took all the bolts and loosened them. They're not very stable. They don't. I'd rather drive for my power chairs now at all times than I would say that. What about the Ford Transit vans? I'm hands down. I would not mind owning one of those. I've seen some retrofitted and modified to work really well. But the problem is, at least I haven't done enough research on the transit vans. I don't know anyone that has a Ford Transit van that doesn't transfer into the seat. Because I think on the Ford Transit van, the floor where the driver sits is not at the same level as like the floor inside the van. I think it either sits down or something, if I recall. But I like that. I wouldn't mind like getting one of this be like a, you know, sit in the back of one. But one thing I've kind of determined as I've gotten older is that my back and my spine don't handle being in the rear of a vehicle, especially if you're behind the rear axle. If you're in front of the rear axle, I'd probably be okay, but behind or like on top of the rear axle, I can't do it. My body can't handle the jarring and stuff over speed bumps and stuff, and those wheelchair vans being in the back. Thomas and Rich, how many hours are you guys able to sit in your chair? I used to be able to go through my day without much issue, but since about 2 months ago, can't seem to take the same for more than like 20 minutes. That's I would say for me, I'm still able to go for the 12, 14 hours a day somehow. I don't know how. My butt, knock on wood, has been very, very thankful for my butt, I guess, in 2022. We'll add that number 11, my booty. It's been good. I've been very fortunate. There hasn't been any issues. But yeah, man, if it's in 2 months and you can't take say more than 20 minutes, that's. Are you, Tom's Rich? Are you able to constantly? Sorry, got a bad cough. Are you able to readjust yourself in your chair to kind of like change your position? Are you doing any tilt in space on the chair to help relieve pressure? That would be my question to you. Will says actually use my feet, so I'm debating right now, and I don't have my license, but I'm debating whether I should get hand controls or just transfer. I mean, if you're able to put weight down on your legs and be able to transfer, then I would yeah, transfer from the chair into the driver's seat if you're physically able to. I would maybe see if you can find a place that sells like wheelchair sprinter vans and see if you're able to like get your chair up in there and transfer into it. Dan saying on full-size transit and sprinter, the smaller transit connect can be driven from a power chair for assorted reasons. Oh, okay.
Very good.
So it's on the full-size transit and sprinters. Okay. Oh, so the transit connects can't be, but the full size can. Gotcha. Okay. That's good to know. Thank you for that clarification about the vans. I'm assuming you got that right. You said full size and sprinters are okay. Oh, you're saying full size transits and sprinters can't. Oh. Yeah, and I think I know. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I misread that. So you can't do it, but on the full size trans van you can do a rotating seat. Okay, that makes sense. None of those vans can be driven from a power chair. Period. So if you were in a power chair, you cannot drive a Ford Transit full size. Where's the list? Where'd it go? I lost the list. You cannot drive a full-size transit van, sprinters, and the smaller Transit Connect. Same thing with the Mercedes Metris. You cannot drive a power chair from that as well. The way my back is sitting is the default position. Laying down, everything else does not work for too long. Like for pressure relief, yeah. Yes, the chair is fully electrical adjustable. It not so much the pressure points, but rather I feel so violently ill, like you caught a good flu. Oh man, that's not good. I wonder if it's I wonder if you have like a, I don't know. I don't know what could be causing that, Thomas Rich. That's kind of a, are you just feeling like nauseous and like dizzy when you're in your chair when you're upright? And what relieves it when you lay down or rolling thunder says my chair is a custom cushion and I can sit it pretty much all day, but there is a point where I start getting sore or I feel like there's a bruise there. No, that makes total sense. And when you start getting to that point where you start to feel like there's something there, then you definitely want to try to relieve some pressure. Because that's because the thing about pressure sores, I've had one start before, is they start from the inside out and they sneak up on you real quick. So TSA, or I guess not TSA. Sorry, not TSA. PSA. Make sure you try to relieve pressure off your rear end as much as you can, if possible. That's just a good PSA. Can't believe I said TSA. I don't even know where my brain is, but obviously it's not working. Let's see. Either the floors are different height or the engine computers and the other modular driver seat an area can't be overextended or have them still run the drive. Okay. I figured there's probably stuff in the cabin that keeps it so people in power chairs can't get up to the dashboard. Let me get a little sip of tea here real quick. And welcome in anybody that's recently joined. I am rycandoit. We're just talking about the top 10 things I'm thankful for in 2022 and miscellaneous things that chat wants to bring up. So, got any questions, anything you want to talk about, please put it in chat. And all that fun stuff, all that jazz. Because I know there's more of you watching that are chatting. I know. I can see analytics. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, I can. Not that detailed analytics, though, don't worry. See, Carl. There's always one lurking. So Tom's saying laying down always seems relief. I think it's possible depending on your I don't know if that's physically possible or not. I'm gonna not give a medical opinion on that, Thomas Rich, because I really don't know if that's possible or not. I think there could be other things that could develop depending on whatever kind of condition you have that could, cause similar issues like dysreflexia. But I don't know if that would necessarily possible without an SCI. I can't answer that. I don't know. I myself do not have any symptoms or anything like that. So I can't, or I've experienced anything like dysreflexia at all. But that's a really good question. All right, Rolling Thunder's gonna be back. Sounds good. Orion saying I was liking the looks of the full-size Ford Transit with the high top. Yeah, I think that'd be a super awesome van to get and like convert it with like for me, I'd like to install like a ceiling hoyer and like get it all set up for travel. Like basically kind of make a travel van that would have everything I would need to go travel. I don't have to worry about bathroom, hotel, like basically an all-inclusive like transit van, but set up with a ceiling hoyer somehow built into the ceiling. I think that'd be awesome. I don't think I've seen a couple things at some RV shows that have like custom trailers that end up having like hoyers and stuff built into it, but I've never actually seen it like in a transit van. So that'd be very interesting to see. I will let Totally Normal answer that question. I do not have the answer for that. There's a question for you, Totally Normal, in case you chat. I'm sure you see it, but just let you know. Well, you guys are managing yourselves in chat, and Carl's lurking. I think we need to jump into. Oh, see, we're going right on to number 6. And for those of you who just joined me, my list is 1 to 10. These are not in any specific order. Just as this kind of stuff that I threw together in a list. For those of you that just joined, we got family and loved ones, caregivers, my power wheelchair, accessibility as far as like improvement in terms of accessibility for people with disabilities, advancements in medical technology, and now we're going to be talking about the next one. And I'm going to say supportive friends. Like I'm so thankful for that in 2020. We have supported friends. With them, they provide a really strong support system, and they're there for me when things are down or if I'm having a tough time. They're always there to kind of push me back up and get me going. And I don't think I wouldn't have gotten through 2022 as well as I have without the support of supportive friends and awesome people like you as well in chat, like online friends. Meeting you and getting to know each and every one of you has been amazing. So thank you for being so supportive in 2022 and supporting me through this live stream. I don't even know what we're going to call this. We're going to call it this live stream of 2022. I mean, that's kind of what I've been doing. I mean, we don't want to talk about this, but I think I've only done like 4 YouTube videos total, and the rest have been live streams. So thank you all for supporting me during this live stream adventure time, because you never know what to expect each week. It's always a mystery with me. Get caught up here on chat. Toy North says he does not know of any full-size vans being driven from a powered chair. The progressive vans were a maybe, but the full-size van market has changed a lot. Yeah. And I almost feel like too, like instead of like a full-size van, I would almost rather get like a pickup truck with like a quad cab. Obviously, that's gonna be probably well. I don't know. I'm assuming full-size vans and pickup trucks. I don't know what the pricing is on those. If there's any like closeness, or would people rather have the space as the full-size van versus a truck? Joshua was saying, I'm still blown away that ceiling lift on a cruise ship is so affordable. True. Yeah, that was it like 1,500 or something for that ceiling lift we were looking at? Was that last week or the week before? Chrysler Pacifica has a conversion you can drive from. There's also and also besides the Chrysler Pacifica, there's also the is it the Chevy Traverse? I think I'm saying it right. Whatever that SUV is. Does anybody know? Am I saying that wrong? White Raven says live streams are fun. Absolutely, sir. That's why we have them. That's why we do them. But that is a minivan thingy. Orion's. I'm guessing you don't want that minivan thing. You want something a little bit different. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. Maybe it's something we need to look at the car show this year. Totally normal. Maybe have our booth. Something we need to go and maybe do a live stream at the auto show for 2023 and check out some full-size vans for people. A full-size truck with the Lambo doors and the wheelchair lift? Absolutely. Like, I would almost buy one just to be a passenger in one, just to have a truck. I would really like that. Even though there's definitely not as much space at all. But the older Ford and Chevys are the way to go if you want to drive from a chair. Gotcha. I could slither underneath the seats and have a look around. I mean, yeah, I mean, if we're going to be at the auto show, International Auto Show, I think it's called International Auto Show. Is that what they call it? In Portland in 2023? We will be having probably a booth at that, I'm hoping, for Power Soccer. Let's cross our fingers that we have a booth again. That was a lot of fun. You can find us by the wheelchair vans if anybody wants to know. For 2023, that's what we'll be. Yes, that's the correct one, Ryan. Okay. Thank you. I just couldn't quite remember what that vehicle was called. I know that I've seen that vehicle with Squirmy and Grubs on YouTube. They have one, and that thing's got a lot of room inside. When is the car show? Excellent question. Let me look that up right here on live stream. Let's see. Because that's... I think we did that, what, 2019? Portland International... February 2nd through the 5th, 2023. I'm going to make a note of this somewhere, and Carl make a mental note as well. So February 2nd and 5th, 2023. So we can go, we'll do a full live stream at our booth. I think we did that, man, it was like 2 years ago. 3 years ago, maybe. So yeah, there you go. 2nd, 5th of whatever I just said. You guys wrote it down, right? I'm just kidding. I left it open in the browser. I will, for those that are curious, just because, you know, we're on live stream and all, I'll paste the link in chat. In case anybody wants to refer to it later on. That's just to portlandautoshow.com. Pretty easy breezy to remember. And yeah, we will make sure that we, if for some reason we don't have a table set up for Power Soccer, we'll at least be there for one of the days for live streaming purposes. So that's something to look forward to. I guess I need to look at a calendar real quick though. Let's see when that is exactly. So that's a Thursday to a Sunday, and oh man, I just looked at the calendar, and that is going to be right on the week of my B-day. Good old birthday. Oh man. Man, I'm gonna have to somehow do an auto show live stream too. Maybe I'll have to borrow some of Totally Normal's equipment, do a live stream, or I'll have to get my own built up. So we could both have like dueling live streams. Maybe that'd be kind of fun. You guys think have like competing live streams at the same location? That would be quite interesting. To have two different people live streams. That would be kind of fun. You guys maybe do like a split monitor situation. Stream inception. Borrow some equipment from a neighbor. I don't know any neighbors that have any awesome live view equipment or any type of live stream thing, but maybe eventually I can try to do it on a Raspberry Pi like I've always wanted to do. Open a portal. Seriously. Just don't cross the stream. I knew that was coming. Oh, that was good. That was good. Yeah, no, I think that'd be kind of a fun thing to do. To like a dual stream. Yeah. I think that'd be very popular. Neighbor was a general term. Cough, cough. Yeah. Those neighbors. I have an ultra wide, so he all right, White Raven's down. He's like, I got the two screens. Well, see, now I'm gonna have to start doing the planning stuff now ahead of time. I might have to talk to Totally Normal about that. Because actually, one thing I would like to be able to do is provide a little bit more like live stream content on the trails. So even something like the live at that show, auto show doesn't happen. At least, yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool to get some fun things. But we'll figure out. So the worst comes to worst, we just end up having 2 separate recordings, and we just like have a mashup video or something. Yeah, seriously, echo. Yeah, we'll chat later about it. Anyways, that went down a rabbit hole. Portland Auto Show. Oh man, looks like we're on number 7 already, man. Where's the time going? It's been an hour, and we're only on number 7. I'm just kidding. We're going down the list just fine. So it'd be nice to have a mobile support vehicle there. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are on that. You're gonna have to specify that. Like a large bus. I mean, I don't think we'll have this ability or the pull to park a bus out there, but you know, who knows? We might make some really good connections in between now and then. Speaking of connections and awesome things that are going on, something I'm extremely thankful for 2022 is adaptive sports and all those activities and power soccer and in the realm of power soccer. You know, with everything that happened over the last 2 years, finally, now here in 2022, we're finally able to get back on our feet, get the soccer program back up and going again, start the competitive team, get our first travel in. Basically, everything that I dreamed about happening right before the situation happened has actually started happening now, and we're back on track. We're back on track to start doing a massive upcoming fundraiser. So you might be seeing me spam my Twitter and Instagram and other accounts about some soccer stuff for fundraising. So, but yeah, that's something I'm extremely thankful for. Thankful to be a part and keep this program going and keep power soccer alive in Portland and get to the point now to where we're going to fundraise and raise money and do lots of traveling in between now and I think April, the end of April. We have to somehow cram in 6 games for power soccer. So it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be totally awesome and epic. And something that Totally Normal just mentioned, I think is totally something I want to do. And that is an OPB style telethon. Like have like people on the phone, take your information. Yeah, for sure. Like we can set up a number for people to call. I just say let's do our own thing with that, and we just go to town. So I'm down for that. Totally Normal. Like starting a big, huge, like live stream, to fundraise. That would be actually pretty epic. Maybe we should do that for the end of January. Should be our. We should start planning that now. Anyways, down that rabbit hole. But anyways, super thankful for Power Soccer and all adaptive sports and all that activities that brings, and me being a part of keeping the program going and working with the local organization. Things are looking up. So very thankful for that 2022. Let's see. Totally Normal said I've been wanting an excuse to set up my 1-watt omnidirectional access point on something. I don't think it'll interfere. Wait. So wait a minute. Hold on. Does that mean that I will be basically the antenna is going to be attached to my chair while we're at the auto show? That would be pretty awesome. Wait. Now hold on though. Since it's a 1-watt omnidirectional access point, should we be concerned about any RF radiation at the pacemaker? I'm just asking for a friend. And goodness, I would hate to have anything happen in the middle of a auto show. If you just stay within 150 yards. Oh, that's it? Only 150 yards? I can do that. Oh, antenna goes in your chair. Oh, I'll be that. Gotcha. All right. I can make that happen. As long as the antenna's on you, that's fine. I don't want to get that RF radiation, man. That's all you. Just saying. Oh man, we got 3 left. And then obviously we already talked about number 11. That was my bum. Very thankful for that. I think this next one will be interesting. I'd like to get the live chat's opinion on this one. Auto show. Some will have jumper cables. You'll be okay. That's the problem. I already have jumper cables built in. I have wires to go from my chest directly to my heart. So I'm already wired up, man. I don't need jumper cables. Pacemakers come built in with wires. It's ready to shock anytime. But it all not so fun, jokingly matter. But seriously, I'm good. I don't want to be. Yeah, no shocking me, please. That's something I'm thankful for. Also, 2022, not being shocked. Knock on wood. We have a few more days. I think I'll make it, but just in case. So one of the things that I have to say that I've seen a lot more of in 2022, maybe even a little bit before 2022, but I seem to have noticed it a little bit more is disability representation in media. I'm very thankful to see that. You know, it's something that I've seen in the media and in the overall entertainment industry, and that includes movies, TV shows, and those TV shows and media people actually using people that truly have disabilities in those shows. That to me, I think is awesome and huge, and something I'm thankful for 2022 to be seeing and seeing more of it. And I figured this one would be kind of something that would be, you know, have you guys noticed this too? Is it something you thought 2022 brought more of, or something maybe you've noticed? This is something I've seen, like I said, in movies, advertisements, magazines, online advertising. It just seems like I've seen a lot more disability representation in media in 2022 than any other year I guess I can kind of remember. Totally normal saying that he's always watching the actors manual chair push to see if they're real. Like, how's your push? Is your push good, or is it a little electro bag around the heart? Pretty much. It's like a wire with electro on the end, but pretty much, White Raven. Yes, I noticed this as well. Random commercials and so on. Right? This is something I just seem to have noticed a lot more. It seems a little bit more prevalent. The way people maneuver and stop, as well as a dead giveaway if they actually use the chair. I feel like, yeah, I feel like maybe the Social Security disability should hire people to disabled people to watch other disabled people to see if they're actually disabled or not. I'm kidding, by the way. That's just a joke. But I think it'd be, you know what I meant by that comment. Just as far as like, you know, because we're gonna notice it more than somebody else would. Celine Dion has brought more attention to SBS this month than the last 50 years of the condition. Right? And yeah, it's just, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, you know, there's just been, I don't know. I feel like it's been a lot more, I don't know, just out there in general. And yeah, right. That's so huge to be able to have the attention to SBS that has never even been there for the last 50 years. Cause you know, it affects somebody that's, you know, celebrity or whatever, they're able to, you know, put it out there. But I mean, it's a good thing. It sucks that it, you know, for the last 50 years, there hasn't been any, like, any attention to it at all over the last 50 years. So I'm glad that now there's somebody is, but it just sucks that it took that long, you know? Exactly, it hurts to watch, says Thomas and Rich. Here's a job so we can kick you off your benefits. Well, okay, so I didn't think that comment through all the way, but you're right. It's like, all right, thank you for joining. Oh, by the way, you're off your benefits. Yeah, thank you for your employment. What's the Social Security disability? We're going to now, yeah. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna jump through these next two, and you guys can give me your thoughts on these two as well, and then we'll just kind of jump into general chat and see where it is chat takes us, as it always goes a little wild. So one of the other things I'd have to say I'm very thankful for in 2022 is the there seems to have been, at least in the last, you know, 2 years, especially in the last year, there seems to be a lot more advocacy groups for basically people providing a voice and advocating for the rights of people with disabilities. I've seen a lot more of that in 2022 than I've seen before, as far as, you know, advocating for what's right and The pushing and shoving to get states' Medicaid system to be revamped and changed. And maybe this is something I've seen a little bit, maybe in just my area, but I've kind of seen it across the U.S. It just seems to be a lot more availability of advocacy groups that are out there fighting, I guess, the good fight to, defend the rights of people with disabilities. I think that's something I'm very thankful for in 2022, that there is a large group of advocacy groups and a growing group of advocacy groups that are out there. And I think that's just, that's awesome that sector, I guess, of the disability community growing advocacy groups, I think is huge. It's got a lot of real positive things with it. White Raven said, I'd rather know there is research happening and the intention is in the right place. I don't care about the attention of the general public. Yeah, that makes sense. You really, it's just more or less just getting the, basically it's getting the attention in the right place. So true. I mean, it's all about this. We need to have that attention of, a specific thing put and focus in the right place, not so much what the general public cares about it, but you're right. It needs to be the focus of the good and the positive and the changes of things, not so much the public. Well said. Okay, we got a message from Totally Normal. I gotta wait till he finishes typing that. Oh, we'll have to ask him about these in a minute. I don't know if they will. I'm assuming they're gonna work still. So remember on, I think it was like a stream ago, that we were talking about, what was it we were talking about? We were talking about the, I don't know, those snow tire zip ties. Well, Totally Normal received some in the mail. Let me bring that up real quick. So you can kind of see them, but the ones he received are a little bit, what did he say? These are shorter than the ones that the listing said, but he can say he put two of them together, but those look pretty pretty thick and pretty stout. Having that wrapped around your tire, I think, would really help in the snow for sure. Yeah, I have a feeling the ocean waves carried on to that scene, didn't it? That's kind of funny. Whoa, those are thick. Yeah, they are some thick boys. I'll give you that. But I think they're, yeah. Am I still? Mm-hmm. I am, Thomas and Rich. Let me get myself into a safe position where I'm not gonna fall over out of my chair or anything. And I will back up and show you if I can go gadget hand. Oh, look at that. Spammers. As soon as I do anything different, spammers show up. Oh man. How did it even make it onto the, that's the thing, I don't understand that. It blocked it on there, but then on the screen still shows up. So yeah, here's the metal arm. Still rocking it. I know you can't really see it because of the microphone, but I'll go up a little higher. But yeah, still rocking it. Got the T, got the phone extension, camera extension. Yeah. Oh my God, Becky, look at those zip ties. Seriously. I like how the cup is like glowing, like it's a part of the water or something. That's pretty cool. Nice red knob. Yeah. I knew there'd be a comment about that. No, it's good. We all know about what I'm talking about with that. Well, maybe we don't. Okay, now see, now I got myself all messed up. Can't even get myself back in the camera position. I'm just kidding. I'm good. I just want to make sure I'm not, Orion knows what's up. Is there like a, should we do a plug for White Raven. I'll discombute. Yeah, right. I am totally. It's all because I like get set in a very specific position. I try to make sure I don't move. Let's see if we do exclamation point links. Let's do some ads in chat. There we go. For all your joystick knobs and needs, visit White Raven at whiteravenmobility.com. And for all your wheelchair how-tos, manuals, fun stuff, visit brokenwheelchairs.com. Provided by Totally Normal. Probably not the best commercial. I should probably redo that one. That's a pretty good start. I think I need to redo it so that we can like clip it. And then we can like put it onto channels, a separate thing. And Orion says he can make your knob any color. For some reason, I just visualize that on a t-shirt, White Raven. I can make your knob any color. That'd be a great advertisement. Slogan. I'm just saying. I think we need to have Totally Normal do a voiceover, though. For the actual ad. I'm just saying. I think that like having Totally Normal's voiceover for the ad. And like the parking voice would be perfect. I'm just saying. I don't know why that shirt is somehow it just rings with me. I don't know. I personally would buy it. Okay? Yeah. Didn't I do one for the pod? Oh yes, you did do one for the podcast. Let me yeah, I'll pull that up in just a second. Maybe I'll pull up the podcast. But hold on, let me get through my let me get through my number 10 and then we'll go into that. So and then we'll jump into the funness there. See, we're already getting off scale here. We got one more to go. We'll be in my top 10. Okay, one more. All right. So the last thing I'm super thankful for 2022 is as much and as hard and as difficult as it's been this year. Is very thankful for myself trying to always try to keep a positive attitude. You know, it's easy to get down sometimes. And I'm not saying that I've been positive every single day. There's been some days where I've been down. There's been, you know, bouts of issues, mental health. There's been a lot of things that have happened this year. But just overall, in general, I'm just thankful for, I guess, the positive attitude and, you know, and helping me try to see the good in every situation, even in the worst, like really crappy situations. Like that to me is just, it's just huge to be able to kind of provide that positiveness when I can, and I'm thankful that I still can, I guess. So that's kind of my number 10 option. Number 11, my bum being good, healthy, no pressure sores. There was supposed to be an 11, but we made that up earlier. And yeah, you know, yeah, very thankful for all that stuff. All right, now let's get caught back up here on chat. Looks like chat is going to town. Need a shirt or sticker or something. Absolutely, I agree. Yes, Dan totally did. Podcast. Yes, Thomas and Rich. Podcast. There is a podcast. Need a sticker? Like my knob. Get yours from White Raven. It's priceless. All right, hold on. Let me pull up podcast. Blah blah. Intro. Give me a second. Gotta pull up the. It's a podcast that, man, that we, a group of us started back in 2021. And yeah, it basically, we were doing it for a while. Things were doing good. And then we kind of slowly just kind of fell off the bandwagon. And we plan on, or at least I plan on bringing it back. So let me, I am actually I think he's still on there. Will was on here. I'm hoping that will be episode number 1 for 2020. Well, it's going to be episode number 8 technically, but it'll be number 1 for 2023, bringing the podcast back. And here is a video of Totally Normal doing the voiceover. Name of the podcast, The Curb Cutouts, curbcutouts.com. You can follow it on all your favorite social media. All right, now, was that audio coming through at all? Anybody? Looks like desktop audio. Let's see. Nope. No audio. Fixing that. Please hold. There we go. There we go. Here's audio.
Do you have a complaint about access or lack of proper accessible curb cutouts? Call or text our complaint line today at 505-695-CURB. Operators are not standing by, but we will air the complaints weekly after each podcast. Thanks for helping us raise awareness to lack of or access to proper curb cutouts.
Did that come through okay? You don't remember that? All right, we're going to do one more replay.
Do you have a complaint about access or lack of proper accessible curb cutouts? Call or text our complaint line today at 505-695-CURB. Operators are not standing by, but we will air the complaints weekly after each podcast. Thanks for helping us raise awareness to lack of or access to proper curb cutouts.
There you go. There it is. There's the voiceover provided by Totally Normal. See, I think that about the stickers, I think would be great. Like, just to throw that in there. Or was it a deep fake? It definitely was not a deep fake. I mean, it could be a deep fake, but I hope not. Anyways, so the podcast is making a comeback. That is on the thing for 2023 to make the podcast make a comeback. I'm going to put that. There's a link in chat. So feel free to like, share, subscribe, follow, all that jazz. Anything cutouts, we'd appreciate it. That would really help us out when we get things going up again. And if any of you would like to be on the podcast, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, reach out to me and I will add you into the list of people to interview. And the what I'm going to be doing for the podcast going forward is basically going to be interviewing people and learn kind of about their different disabilities, learn about their life, stuff like that. I'm going to be changing it up from kind of what we did before, and to be me and one other interviewer, possibly, but for the most part, pretty much just be me interviewing people. So yeah, so that's making a comeback. So, and just so you know, that phone number that he listed does work, and you can leave your curb cutout complaint. It's active. I checked it. It still works. Everything's all good. So feel free to call that number and leave a voicemail. And I do have a deep fake audio file that has been provided to me. So let me, Mr. AI bot and chat bot, I can see deep fake. I know. You can see it's probably totally deep fake. Let me, let's see. How can I open this without this being, like that? Okay. Hold on, I got a deep fake audio file from Totally Normal. Play it with desktop audio. Got it. Desktop audio on mute.
I've got your deepfake right here.
Oh, that's priceless. There you go.
I've got your deepfake right here.
There you go. Deep fake, everyone. That was not me. It was that was not AI. I have a face. Oh, seriously. What is going on? We just like block these people here. Okay. There we go. Another spam. Pellet stove noise. Well, see, that's the thing. Your stove noises totally gave it away. Um, oh, good old stream element bot. You wanna? It's almost like the people that are making those bots to spam chat. They've gotten good, man. The stream elements bot is like lacking behind. It's like they've gotten 2 links in so far. Yeah, gotta love that. There's gonna have to go through and like mark a timestamp, blur it out. So much work, man. Spam. Uh, it happens. It's a spam. That will sound like a rant. A small one, but it did almost sound like a rant. But I swear it wasn't. I like my spam in a can. Yes, for sure. So, like I was saying, in all seriousness, if anybody would like to be interviewed on, please hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, all that, social media in this, if you want to be on the show. Like I said, it's pretty much just going to interview people, learn about themselves, learn about their disability, maybe what it is they do, don't do, whatever it is they want to talk about. I'll just kind of leave it open. So, yeah, so hit me up if you want to be a part of it. Episode 1 should hopefully, if Will and I can get on the same time frame on a thing, we will make that happen. Absolutely, like we could totally do that. Or if we want to like make it so it's like you're just like have like a light on, but like it's like way dark in the corner, like you're trying to hide your identity. Sure, we can do that. Whatever you want. I'm open to any of that as long as we get an episode recorded and put together. I'm good. So, Watergate files. Yeah, pretty much. We can kind of do it like that. So that's not a problem. Yeah, I'm open for anything like that. I just wanna get it out there. Just in case somebody else wants to join in and participate, because I want to try to fill up. My goal is to get like 2 episodes in a month, or maybe at least 1 a month. So 12 episodes. I'd like to get more than that, but if that's what I get, that's like kind of that's the minimum goal, is to have 1 podcast per month. And it will be recorded. We might end up doing a live one here and there, depending on what the person wants to do, depending on who I'm interviewing. But for the most part, most of them will all be strictly recorded and then put online afterwards. It just makes editing a little bit better and makes it a little bit more fun. So that way there's no, if something needs to be removed or taken out, it's much easier just to write down a timestamp and edit it. Ooh, Carl's got it. There we go. Orion with a bag on his head, done by Totally Normal's voice. Oh, yes, please. When are we doing this? I think this needs to happen now. Oh, no, not now there's a limit? There wasn't a limit earlier there. Good time. I'm so glad you guys can... Everyone in chat gets along with each other so well. Good job. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys getting along. So yeah, so does anybody have anything else they want to add into that they're thankful for 2022 that we missed in the beginning, or something that I didn't cover in my 11 items on my list since I went a little overboard and skipped 10. I mean, I skipped 10, but I mean, I did 10 plus one more. I'm open to anything else that's on your guys' agenda, I guess. Does anybody have any, I guess, if nobody has anything that they're thankful for in 2022, is there anything that anyone's looking forward to in 2023? Something that's like on your mind, it's like you can't wait for, super excited about. One of the things I'm excited about is looking into the whole possibility of Invoke Rehab here in the Oregon area, and deciding if I'm, gonna go through with them to try to go back to work or not. I'm excited about that, seeing how that, and be able to talk about that process with everyone and let everyone know how it goes and what that's about. Ryan says, I'm thankful for you, Ryan, and totally for getting those places to chat and laugh. Absolutely. I'm so glad that, and I'd have to say that one person that's here in chat that's been a huge influence on that and a big push for me to do that has been Totally Normal himself. Like it's I'm very thankful to have him as a friend, and kind of push me into like, hey, you should do some YouTube, and me sticking with it and me deciding that, like, well, if I'm struggling making YouTube videos and coming up with that, like, well, to do live stream, and I've kind of done that and gone with it. So I'm thankful for all of you. Like, I mean, gosh, 2022, like having the ability to go on here and chat and hang out and get to know people. It's been amazing. I love it. I saw the spark when you visited on a stream the first time. I'm like, ooh, live stream? I could do this. Yeah, I remember that as a guest. Yeah, I remember that. I don't even know when that was. I think it was actually, isn't one we kind of had recently? Because then right after that, I did like the big fundraiser for Adaptive Sports. It was like online. I think it was right after that. It kind of had me like, I was like on this whole thing, like kind of ready to go. Like I'm just going to put myself out there. Even if I only had like, I think my very first live stream, I literally think I had like 2 people. Maybe even like 1 sometimes during like a whole hour and a half. I don't know what I talked about. I couldn't tell you. But it went by really well. And yeah, it's very thankful for it. And I'm glad to do it. And it's something I'm going to continue to do. And I'm excited for the summer to hopefully get some more better daytime caregiving lined up, so I can actually do live streams out and about in town and show you guys the things that I like to do instead of it being here at the ocean, at the beach. But no, seriousness, it'd be kind of nice to be able to show what it is actually, what I do, where I go, be able to get that. White Raven says, looking forward to moving to my business forward some, get some more designs out so more people can benefit from not getting ripped off. Amen to that, dude. You go, White Raven. And anything you need, help with wise, I can try to help with. Obviously, I'll be putting links to your site and all that stuff. But you need help with it, you let me know, man. We need more people like you to be out there and help support the community in a way that can help provide something that's a much needed thing. And joystick knobs are just a huge thing. Well, I got something for 2023 at the earliest, end of March. On the list. Oh, that's exciting, Thomas and Rich. Congrats on that, dude. Good luck with that, man. I hope that all goes through. That's awesome. Oh, that old weird webcast. It was strange and on a. Are you talking about the Are you talking about the thing I was on Twitch? Totally Normal. Was that what you're talking about? Orion says my daughter's ESA dog has been helpful for when she's around here. Sure. Yeah, for sure. White Raven, like that $65 stick that made you mad and then appeared on the website 20 minutes later. Yeah, when you're browsing the internet, you see something like, what is the price of that? And then you're able to 3D print it and slap it, put it on the website, make it available for people. That's pretty awesome. Oh, yeah, that, okay. Yeah, and I did have some conversations about that, and unfortunately, that has already been set in stone to where they're going to be doing that again, unfortunately. Um, I'm hoping next year we can talk them into something different, but it's going to be the same. But they're going to do it in person and also online. So there's an annual fundraiser that Totally Normal's talking about that I was a part of and did the live stream for last year. And yeah. Yeah, right? Yeah, really? I know. I had a long conversation about the person, and it's because there's already a contract signed for it, like ahead of time. So that's the reason why. I missed Rich terribly, and it's such a huge hole in my security now. It's like, so, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed too, Totally Normal, but it is what it is. Hey, here's the good news though. On a positive note, things are looking up for, Power Soccer. Um, yeah, I recently got taken care of some fundraising flyers and items for athletes and stuff to use. So excited to hit the town hard the rest of this week and beginning of the year to get some fundraising. Hit up all the local businesses in the area and yeah, do some awesome fundraising. Yeah, celebrate exactly. It's all about celebrations. I mean, yeah, that's what it's all gonna be about. So, I'm not gonna finish it up yet. So nobody leave. Don't panic. I'm just checking the calendar. So, it looks like New Year's Eve is on Saturday. I'm thinking about doing a little tiny. It kind of depends on how many of you would be interested. If anybody would be interested in doing like it'd be strictly just for fun. Well, it's always fun, obviously, to do a gaming night for Fortnite on New Year's Eve. I'm gonna be stuck at home, not gonna be able to go out, go anywhere, and do anything. So I don't know if anybody's interested in doing like a Fortnite situation. If you are interested, we probably won't live stream it at all. It'll probably just be like hanging out, playing Fortnite, probably getting a group together on Discord. So if you're down, just hit me up on all those fun channels and stuff. What night? Saturday. That's when New Year's Eve is on Saturday, the 31st. That's what I was thinking. And I might do it like, it's not going to be a live stream. Like I said, it's just going to be like a fun gaming thing, maybe like early on. It looks like there's going to be a live stream of fireworks and stuff from Totally Normal, 6-hour stream. So it will not be a live stream. It will just be just hanging out on Saturday on Discord, maybe for like an hour or two, just to go and play some Fortnite, have some fun, get some good laughs. So yeah, so Saturday, if anybody wants to join in, like I said, hit me up on Discord. You don't have my Discord, then hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, even Facebook. Yes, it actually works. Facebook. There's a rycandoit Facebook page, believe it or not. I had a muscle spasm today. It just lasted for 5 minutes. Oh, dude, that's rough. Sorry to hear that, man. That's tough. Muscle spasms are no bueno. Oh, yeah, magnesium's gonna be a good thing for that, yeah. So yeah, so that's kind of the game plan, guys, for Saturday. Is this kind of a hangout on Discord, do some gameplay, nothing too exciting. And then we'll be probably end up watching Totally Normal's stream. Totally Normal, I'm assuming that'll be like a later nighttime one, right? I'm guessing like 9, 10. Just for those that for subscribe reading purposes of when they can expect that because I'm assuming it's going to be you're going somewhere to get there. But yeah, later problems. Okay. Yeah, so we'll end up doing like Fortnite first, and then you guys can all relax and watch Totally Normal's live stream of like fireworks and things wherever he is going to provide that. So yeah, that's kind of the game plan because I'll be here at home and I'll be going to bed right at 9 o'clock, going to sleep. So I figured let's get some Fortnite in, have some fun, hang out with some people. So yeah, so we'll do a quick little impromptu, just for fun, Fortnite, and yeah, we'll kind of go from there. What else is on my list here? Let's see. Ah, there we go. What does anybody have for? Does anybody have any? Gosh, I can't even use the right word. Does anybody have any 2023 New Year's resolutions that they'd like to share? There we go. See, brain's working barely. Anybody New Year's resolutions that you want to publicly share? If you don't, that's fine too. I know sharing cannot always be caring, but sometimes it can. But not always. And just for extra additional plug, make sure that everyone knows. Today's video by White Raven and White Raven Mobility. Your one-stop source for joystick knobs in any color you want. Yeah, see, I can't do it. Like, Totally Normal's voiceovers are way better than mine. And don't forget Totally Normal for brokenwheelchairs.com, your #1 broken wheelchair resource. I'm not actually sick. I'm just having reactions to different vaccine chills. Oh yeah, because you said you got like 5 different ones. Yeah, that's crazy, man. No more of that for next year. Okay, no 5 vaccines in one day. Find a house that doesn't have wheels under it. That's a good one. Yeah. Orion, mobility van, like I said, stated top priority. I need mobility outside the house. Absolutely, dude. No, I like that. That's awesome. Thomas Rich is starting the carnivore diet. I've heard about that. People doing that. That's awesome, dude. I'm all about learning about all kinds of new different like diets and things that are out there for people to what they're doing. You appreciate the effort, no problem. I try, White Raven. I know I'm not totally normal, but I'm sure if you send him a let's see, what color joystick knob would be perfect for Totally Normal. He needs like maybe you can send like a glow in the dark one and maybe he'll do the voiceover for you. I'm like trying to sell your services for you, Totally Normal. Sorry, you're getting sold out. You gotta provide it. Gotta provide the voiceover services. Maybe that could be like a Fiverr thing for you. Totally Normal. Set up a Fiverr account. Get paid to do the voiceovers. That'd be pretty interesting. Let's see. What am I gonna New Year's cameo? Bright pink. That would do it. Bright pink would totally do it. You give him a bright pink one, he would be like all over that. BRB. Gotcha. Oh, wait, I don't know if the BRB has if he's doing the voiceover or BRB is gonna show up my door and be like, yeah, no. Let's see. Tom, look up Jordan Peterson and all his meat diet. He has a daughter with serious health and that was cured. Huh. I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Ryan. And yeah, that's awesome sharing that with Thomas and Rich. That's awesome. Good job of sharing that. It's sweet. The more information we can get out there for things is always good. I think for me, one of the other things too is to try to get more consistent YouTube videos, not just the live streams, but actually YouTube videos themselves as well. And to do YouTube videos about just my day-to-day life, like overall, like what it's like the day in life of Ryan, like what my morning routine is like, evening routine, all that stuff, and kind of record it and share it with everyone. That's something that I plan on doing for 2023. One of my game plans, at least, a goal, and possibly going back to work. And if that doesn't work, then literally, if that doesn't work, going back to work, then I will end up doing more of this awesomeness right here. You'll be seeing more of me, but more or less in videos of me, not live streams. The live streams will still be weekly. That will always be a thing, but there'll be additional videos. Even more so if I'm not working. Interesting. Let's see. What else do we need to catch up? Has anybody else got anything for 2023? Well, do you want me to put that on? Sorry. Would you like me to put that on stream, or you just let me know that that's what you're talking about? As far as like getting around, I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure that's what you meant by. Grandfather and I used to have a little cabin, very same, but it wasn't really a cabin. It was more like a small house. We made it accessible so I could use. Oh, okay. That's cool. So this is like the small house that you had. That's awesome. Let me show everyone the house. Unless you don't want me to show everyone the house. I'll let you say that. Oh, okay. Ah, gotcha. Let me turn on desktop. As soon as I can find my mouse. Go desktop. I like the long ramp all the way down the side. That's all. That's the way I had a house like that in Seattle that had a ramp the whole length of the side of the house. I think it was like 200. I swear it felt like 200 feet long. Probably wasn't that big, but it felt that big. It's like a super long ramp. I bet you once you get up there, it probably had. Hopefully, I'm assuming you get some views of some water or property at all. What I read about? I saw a poop emoji. The poop emoji caught my attention. A picture of it on Discord if you'd like to show everyone, just because we're talking about the different types of accessible homes and places. Yeah, and there's such a variety of different types of places. Is that out like on a lake, or is that near a lake? Because I said scenic. Same crap here. 100% of earnings get confiscated or indeed loss of benefits. It's much like a trap the other way. Yeah, for sure. Like it's, I don't know. The only reason why I'm even possibly like thinking about doing the book rehab situation is to, well, is to maybe, it's to hopefully be able to get maybe a newer vehicle than what I have, possibly. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. If it's something I'm actually going to go forward with. I got to make some calls and stuff this week to kind of see if that's something I'm going to be doing. Your one treatment costs $30,000 a month. If I get dropped, I can't make up with that income. Right? Yeah. No, dude. No way. With the, like, just my caregiving cost. Like, there's no way that I would have to, like, the amount of money I'd have to make every single 2 weeks just to pay for caregiving to something that I could not financially make job wise. So it's just something not gonna be able to happen at all. It's not actually where we lived. It was just some property that we have in another small town in the state where I live. It was one of those things that we went to for the weekend. Oh, that's cool. Nothing like being able to have a place to go and like escape, have a escape getaway away from the normal, the bustle, the rustles of the regular day to day and your typical location. That's really cool. Yeah, no, I mean, no, for sure. It's I'm only doing it really for one reason, and it's not the making going to work and making money to be paid for like caregiving and stuff like that. That's not it. It's just to hopefully possibly work with them on a newer vehicle if possible. It might not even be possible. So I'm not putting all of my hope into it. It's just something I'm looking into as a possibility. But yeah, I mean, I've had plenty of uh, work before previously and know what to all expect with all that fun stuff. But we'll see. There's some couple different programs here in the state of Oregon that would allow me to do that and not worry about or have any issues with benefits for up to, I believe it's up to a year and a half. So I'm very thankful and fortunate to have that available in the state of Oregon, because I know a lot of other states do not have that option. Yeah, no, I thought about doing that. I used to do some of that back when I lived in Arizona. Um, no, it's something I thought about doing for sure. Oh, no, for sure. And like I said, yeah, all of those are completely, both of those are very like valid points and valid things. Yeah, it's something I could probably talk about to you guys a little bit more offline about it in details. But basically, yeah, I'm fortunate enough, like I said, with the state that I can do that for like be able to make more than that, typical Medicaid cap for a while without losing benefits. It's only for up to a year though, and then I have to stop doing it because the state then can come in or whatever. So, and the feds for that matter. So it's a program that's available here that will allow me to do that temporarily. It's not something that'll be a permanent thing. But no, I listen. I think, back in the days when I did have a typical job where I had to get underneath that ceiling of, I literally went to the employer and said, "Hey, I can't make any more $900 a month." When I worked at the community college, it was tough. Like you can't get like $900 a month. You can't, like, yeah. I just at the cost of living at the time of Seattle, when I was working up there, there was the cost of living I still couldn't afford even back then, let alone now. Now it's so high. There's no way that'd be happening. But yeah, I have thought about, like I said, going and doing work from home. But for the part of the program I'm trying to access and the reason why I'm accessing it, I have to do something outside the house. But I can give you more exact details about it later. But yeah, so that's just something I'm looking forward to 2023 to try and do and see how it goes. The good news is, well, my worst case scenario, you just get more of me, more videos. So that's the worst case scenario that you guys end up with, is you get more of me. That's all. I'm on Medicare, so I get 2 years. I can break out in a row, but it isn't worth the hassle or problems. Yeah, I have both Medicare and Medicaid, so yeah, I'll be in the same boat as far as that. I'm not, gosh, I don't even, just even like the 2000, like in 2020, I had a major fiasco with Social Security disability. I definitely do not want to have to go through that again. So, yeah, so I'll be trying to, yeah, hopefully not to end up on their freaking radar again. That's the goal. Yeah, I hope it does too. Like I said, worst case scenario, I'll end up being on here. Let's see. Does your Power Soccer League team actually travel for games tournaments, or is it? So that is a great question. So our Power Soccer team, we back in September of this year. So was that like 3 months ago? We went to California for, it was our first traveling time for as a Power Soccer team. Now, in between now and April, we'll be doing some more traveling. Probably at least twice to compete to get our 6 games in that we need, so then next year we can play competitively even more and be able to go to the national tournament. at the end of 2024. That's our goal. So yes, we are actually going to travel for games. It's going to be our first kind of season to do it. We have 6 games we have to go travel for, so I'm very excited. I know everyone on the team's excited. It's going to be a really awesome. Yeah, it's going to be a great. 2023 is going to be an epic year as far as for Power Soccer and travel. It's going to be. I don't know how we're going to do it yet. I haven't quite figured out how we're gonna make it all work, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to get everyone together and get everyone there, whether they're flying, driving, whatever it may be. We'll make it happen. So yeah, so that's it for Power Soccer. I had 1 year I was close, and I had to prove that I didn't break the cap per month. I had to rewrite statements. Yeah, no, I can't tell you how many times I had to go into the HR and have them rearrange paychecks and change things to make it so. And then all of that, like, yeah, I had to dig up stuff from like 10 years ago with Social Security disability. Recently, like in 2021, I think this happened. And I had to go back and I had to literally pull records from companies and things. So, yeah. Honestly, I think we could have a whole entire stream dedicated just to the rants of the benefits and the rules, and all the situations here to come with that. Like, the right and left when it comes to like state services, for example, like the state Medicaid here, they don't communicate. The state will come up with new rules, but then they won't tell our case managers about it, and the case managers don't understand the rules enough to protect the people that are on these programs. It's just, I don't know, the whole thing, Medicaid, Medicare, the whole damn thing's a mess. And no, dude, there's no reason to be sorry, man. There's no reason to be negative side of that. Like, it's a reality. It's a reality that if we try to go to work, like I said, there is not a physical way in the world for the amount of money that my care costs per month that I would be able to make income wise. I'm only, like I said, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe you can just use Dan's bus for a team bus. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe we'll fundraise for a bus. Maybe that what can be our big stream can be about. Totally Normal comes back. We'll have to maybe do that. Because we were talking about doing a huge like fundraiser stream, maybe just for Power Soccer. Like do like a multi-platform stream. For Power Soccer to try to maybe fundraise for a bus with a wheelchair lift? No, but if we got like another bus type of thing, a big enough bus could hold a trailer and just go to town and install a bunch of tie downs into it, we could totally make that work. Let's see, what did you miss? We talked about a cabin that Will had that was a place that he visited. Something we talked about, the types of accessible homes and places. We talked about me doing the whole voc rehab back to work situation shortly, and about all that fun stuff. Then we went down the whole thing about how you cap your income, and you got a way to, the risk is not always worth it when it comes to Social Security, Medicaid, all that fun stuff. And then we started talking about Power Soccer. I think Will was asking about Power Soccer for Go Travel, and I went down the whole rabbit hole about that. And then there you go. Now we're talking about TriMet. So TriMet has ditching a bunch of their lift buses in January. All right, well, let me know on prices. Got to fundraise so the Air Force will give you a C5. The Air Force? The Air Force is giving away stuff? Yeah, but that's something we definitely thought about as a team. Like, it's really hard for all of us to get down in one vehicle because now there's going to be up to 8 athletes plus me, plus staff, and then caregivers. So it's going to kind of get to the point where traveling by car almost might be more expensive than flying. So, oh, I know. C5. I don't know where my brain was on C5. That's hilarious. I was just like, I remember we were talking about the right can do it airlines. I remember now. Yeah. See, you gotta sometimes help me out here. Give me a little helpers. Does disability income in the U.S. leave you enough to live on? I have. Where I live, no way. If I lived in a different part of the country, for sure, it could be enough to live off of, and it wouldn't even cover rent here in Portland. I would say for sure that's a big no, and not just my area. I'm sure there's other areas where the cost of living is so extreme, and honestly, it all depends on what your Social Security like disability income is. Like some people, it's less than even 1,000. Like if someone's even less than even 900. It just all kind of depends on different circumstances what makes up that value. They're getting rid of like 40 to 50 minibuses. Well, maybe that's something we talk about as a team. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to kind of, as a team, we're gonna kind of see how the month of January goes fundraising. And if things go really well, then maybe that's an option. Then maybe do an additional side fundraiser to make it so we get a vehicle for travel. I don't know where we would store it, but I think we would probably figure out something. At least we have somebody that AKA equipment manager that's on the chat here. He can at least verify to be a good working order vehicle. My friend who's into power trip full time, has 2 kids, and he also is married, and they all have one apartment. I haven't seen the inside, but he says it's pretty nice. Yeah, that's awesome. He's able to be, married and all that stuff. That's one thing I'll have to talk about is disability and marriage and the rules on that, at least in the state of Oregon. Basically, can't get married at all because any income whatsoever would count against me of that spouse. Some of your income is based on your zip codes and cost of living built into your income. It just depends on the system you're on. And Medicare, you do get extra money and kid per to 18 graduate. Oh, I didn't know that about Medicare. I had no idea. I was unaware of that part. But yeah, I think there's definitely ways of being able to live on your own with a significant other and make it all work for sure. That's true. It would have to be a pretty decent size to be to get accessible and 4 people. That's true. Hopefully that just did not come through my microphone. There's some very loud people in my house at the moment, so I'm hoping that didn't come through. Yeah, so Mike C is saying that his apartment costs 30%. So there are apartments and stuff you can get onto that you can get it down where basically will be costing like 30% of your disability income, which is huge. They're just hard to get onto. Like, excuse me, the ones we have around here, I mean, we're like, some of them have a 5 to 6 year waiting list just to even get on it in the Portland metro area. This is crazy. Not saying that they don't exist. They're here and they're available. Yeah, there is rent control and HUD housing. Just even that, like the housing stuff here to get onto it, it's a very difficult process to get onto here, at least in the Portland metro area. I feel like for friends that have tried, friends that have needed to get onto it, have all had quite a bit of issues getting onto it. So I'm hoping 2023 brings a lot of that for friends that are in need of housing. That they can get on those lists and get into a place. Like what Mike C is talking about, 30% of disability income, that's huge. Oh, that's good to know. Well, maybe I'll just tell my friends maybe do a little bit more research on it. It's something actually I need to look into as a contingency plan backup in case there's any issues with family members down the road. I need to have a game plan, which there is one. It's just not a very good one. So don't anyone like worry that something were to happen with my family would be a problem. But yeah, Mike C said he applied to a lot of them. Mike C, did it take you quite a while after doing multiple applications? Ah, yeah. What do you want to know about caregiving? Caregiving is pretty much an open book, sir. Anything you want to ask about caregiving, I employ 5 of them, so I have that down. I've been having caregiving since I was 18, so like 20 years now plus of caregiving. So ask away. I went from one point in time I was getting like 1 hour a day to now it's basically, I don't know, what, 10, 12 hours a day. Yeah, Orion, good seeing you, dude. I'll hopefully, yeah, see you tomorrow, and then maybe again on Saturday, sir, for a little bit of some gaming. Yeah. So what? I guess what question did you want? Are you talking about like? Oh, hold on. You answered. Ah, okay. That's a very good question. Well, I like that question. See you, Ryan. All right. So to answer your question, yes and no. I mean, you're definitely opening up your home to total strangers coming into your house, and there has to be that trust factor in between you and those people. And yeah, there is definitely a feel of like, privacy or things. But if I, need something, or if I need alone time, like now, like they know I'm in here and I'm doing my live stream, and they know that I'll, if I need something, I'll come in, I'll text them or say, hey, I need something. But as much as there is a lack of privacy in my own home, I also know that that's just kind of like part of it, and I've kind of came to terms with it, I guess. Like, I'll give you another example of not having, like, as far as privacy goes, is that due to previous individuals of bad apples, of caregivers that were not employed by me, just to make this clear, they were employed by the state and state paid agencies. I've had people steal from me, steal drugs, show up to work high, like you name it, to the point to where I basically, after the whole thing was somebody stealing from me, I had to put cameras in the house. So there's literally a camera in every single room except for the bathroom, just to thwart off thief. Because at the time, before I switched to a different state program, I was forced to use agencies, and I could not hire my own people. Now, since I have my own people, it's less of an issue, but it's kind of having that peace of mind of having it. But I kind of had to toss privacy out the window when I put cameras in the house, because it just got to the point where it was like, okay, I couldn't, the trust level was broken with the agencies. They couldn't find people that were reliable and safe. So yeah, so that's kind of that's the deal with that. So I would say in general, though, the what people I have, everyone's respectable about privacy. I feel like I can leave stuff out and not worry about them going like, ooh, what's that? What's this? So yeah, I do feel like there's some of that, as far as like there is at least some privacy. Like I said, not tons, but better than, I guess, what you would be thinking. So, and then I have one little last photo here for you guys, if I could make it happen. So this is an example of what Mike C has in apartment space. Very spacious. Lots of room for activities. One TV, bed, Hoyer, chairs. Like, that's the way to do it, man. Love the setup. That's awesome. But yeah, so Will, yeah, there's definitely can feel like privacy, but I don't know, I've gotten used to it, and like I said, I've been fortunate enough on a program with the state, I can hire my own people, and things are all good. So Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna kind of start winding it down here. I just saw what time it is. It's 8:30, so I gotta be ending up the stream here. Hopefully, it's still live. I can't tell if it actually is still on or not. Looks like it's YouTube Studio crashed on me. That's why. Okay. All right, good. I've seen messages come back in, so it did not crash. Chrome decided to crash on me. I don't know why. Oh, there it goes. Video came back. So I apologize if video disappeared. I don't know what happened. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed this live stream and learned a little bit about what I'm thankful for. And I hope that, you know, if I don't see or talk to any of you, I hope everyone has an amazing New Year's. Yeah, and everyone stay safe and all that good stuff. And yeah, just a couple little enders here. Just make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. And remember, if Ry can do it, so can you. Everyone have a wonderful night. Happy New Year's, everyone, if I don't talk to you. And yeah, good night, everyone.